Across from me is the charming Ndabi. All right. Well, today I'm hanging out with the girls, you know, so it says girls. Show some love, man. Show some love, man. Let me start with you, because you're the closest to me. Poetry is different from the spoken word. What is that?
Yes, it is. Poetry, spoken word is essentially performance poetry. However, there's a musical element to it. So a lot of the time, spoken word artists incorporate poetry and music. It could be instrumentation, it could be singing, it could be, but it has a performance component.
I see. And you all do the spoken word?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And also, you are published, huh?
Yes.
She has a book called Love Mother Ghana, and it's a very interesting concept. When did you publish this?
Last year in May.
Really? That's a lot of poems you've written. Show some love, man. Last year in May.
Yes.
And where can we get books song to buy?
It's available at Smoothies Usu, at the Artists Alliance Gallery in Labari, at the Pictorialist Studio. Yes.
Artsy places.
Yes.
Okay. And Asantewaa, Poetra. That's a very interesting name. Poetra.
Yes.
It's like you do poetry, so you have Poetra.
Yes.
When did you get into poetry?
I've been writing poetry all my life, but performance poetry, 2 years.
2 years?
Yes.
What inspires you?
Everything. From people to places to emotions to everything. And I'm amazing.
Yeah. What particular focus in your poetry, or is about anything that inspires you?
Anything that inspires me. It could be the government, it could be a boy, it could be a chair, it could be ants trailing. Everything inspires me.
Yeah. Right. So I'm going to Edith Ndabi next. How long have you been writing?
I've been writing poetry since my senior high school days, but I started performing just a few months ago.
Or is that performing?
Performing seriously just a few months ago.
Well, since all of you are switching into the performance bit, why? For you personally, why?
For me, it's okay to write your poems, but when you perform it, you get to live your words. You get to live your words and actually send a message out what you really feel as you're writing it. So you just get to express what you're writing. Yeah.
Okay, great. Let me ask the same thing. The performance, yeah.
Less and less of things enjoy reading, more enjoy watching. So performance poetry is just a way to get the attention of the youth as well, not just in the reading bits, which is slowly dying out, but as well as the performance bits as well.
Okay. So the audience relates more to the performance.
Poetry than to the...
Okay. The same reason for you?
Pretty much, but to add to that, there's a lot of art out there that's not necessarily intellectually stimulating, no mentions, but so it's always healthy to have an alternative to all of that is entertaining, but also it's helping our young people to think, if you will.
So all your poems are spoken word? What do you call them? Spoken word?
Spoken word, yes.
they all have to stimulate?
Yes, they do.
Really? So if you write one that's just a fun one, nothing stimulating, just like really, that wouldn't be...
I think then it may risk not being spoken word, being something else, but because spoken word has that conscious tip to it, it has an underlying message, so there has to be something going out there.
Yeah. You know, traditionally, women, not that outspoken, and what challenges do you feel? Because I think the first 3 female poets your age I've seen in my life. So Amma, let me start with you. Any particular challenges? What are you encountering?
Well, you get the usual buzz of you get attention because you're female, not because of the content. But then gradually, as they hear you, they're like, oh, okay, she's not only pretty, she's actually good. So you get, the challenges are there, but then as time goes on, they tend to listen more to your words than to the outward appearance.
Edith?
Just about the same thing. Actually, when someone sees you and you're pretty, they just automatically think you're dumb, especially if you're a woman. So if you come to a platform and you really give out such intellectual views and they get a bit surprised, and it's sometimes feels quite sad and a bit insulting when they just automatically think you are dumb just because you're pretty. So yeah, a few challenges here and there, but slowly we're getting there.
What keeps you going?
I'm very inspired, and I know what I'm about, so I just have my mind and focus somewhere, and I'm getting there.
All right. I love that. But they're telling us about the spoken word, and there's an element of the whole consciousness aspect of it. So I'm dying to hear something. I know that you have something for us. So who's going to start?
Poetra and I will
do a collaboration here? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to watch Poetra and Crystal giving us the spoken word, and let's just enjoy this.
You abandoned me, love don't live here anymore, just a vacancy, love don't live here anymore. One day, you'll hunger for my burst of magnificence. One day you'll remember I wept at your feet. One day you saved me a plate of dinner. One day you cry hallelujah for my victory.
One day you thirst for my bickering nonsense, for the screaming silence will numb your senses. One day you remember me as the girl who barely cried, and you will wish these new girls at least tried. One day you win in this life game of chess. One day you smile at my success.
One day you notice my kinky hair and atrocious backside.
One day you notice the black that lines my lips and miss the kiss that made you forget your name.
One day you nurture a generation like Martin and Teresa.
One day you hear that a child of my womb has been made king.
One day you look with disdain on the lynching of robbers.
One day you realize your tongue is not a snake's, for it leads you nowhere.
One day you apologize for the famine in Somalia, Sudan, and Ethiopia.
One day you learn that grief is a team game you practice alone.
One day you denounce war and violence. One day you too will love me.
Now, did you write this together, or you wrote it together, or is one of your poems that both of you are?
I wrote it for the book, my part, and then I met Poetra, and then she says to me, we should do a collaboration. So she said she would look through it and then pick out one poem. And to be honest, when she picked One Day You Two Will Love Me, it didn't strike me as a performance piece until she put in hers and we did the hook together, and it was just amazing.
Show some love, man. We'll come back to them because thank you. We're going to come back to them because they're going to give us a solo each. But in Ndabi, the world is watching you now, man. The spotlight's on you. Let's see, look.
I can't be expecting. Could have been anything else, but look way too good in my red dress to be anything Christian. I was talking to 3 different men in 5 different languages. I was twisting a blunt straw into page 47 of the Kama Sutra. I was dancing in an attempt to melt the bells of every man in the room, but I had the truth at night. And man, when you knocked me from Adam, stepped down at the rosary ring on my pinky finger and said to me, you believe in God, but you do bad things. I suddenly realized I was at a place where all they played was house music, but I couldn't really say I felt at home. In a barely recognizable, barely audible zone between having a good time and simply wasting it, I was a glutton with a grin, drinking wine, knew no one's name, but somehow I was everyone's friend, was standing in stilettos under me, 6 feet tall, but I still felt small, was messing up the shoes I paid too much for, but still hurt to walk in talk of convictions. Truth is, the ceiling fan still feels like a spread. Truth is, the Bible didn't see the inside of my face. Truth is, I'm not that innocent, I'm just an abstinent fire placement who doesn't want to feel the fire candles in between my thighs no more, so don't mind the ashes, they're just evidence of how hard I can glow when I choose to glow hard like one of them bright stars. And I know what you may think of me now, what hypocrisy, but I don't want to enter prayer, reeking of my addictions, thinking of his cologne. I don't want God to smell another man on me, mistaking Menage a trois for the Trinity. So I thank God the stars and see what we do beneath them. Thank you.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Now what strikes me is so what, you write it all down and then you memorize it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So how many do you have in your head memorized?
Memorized? A few.
A few?
A few, yeah.
Wow.
Those are the phone.
Wow. Show some love. Show some love. So I'm going one again. I'm now also.
The girl you left me for has perfect boobs. She even has a Benz and had her first degree when she was just 18. I couldn't beat her in a game of chess even if I wanted to. She talks as if she's been plucked from a 90s love scene. Her smile reminds me of how much I love to crawl under the sheets, watching the rain make love to the earth. And for more than a split second, I wanted to scratch her eyeballs out in layers as the thought of his gentle hands caressing her goddamn flawless skin came to mind. I may have wished on 1,000 stars that thunder strike her down. I'm not mean, I just tend to hedge my bets. In all honesty, I want them to last. I want them to kiss in public and grab each other's arse. I want these two lovers to have a favorite song they dance to and sing "Hate That I Love You" with such passion that passers-by will tear up. I want them to sample ice cream flavors from the end of each other's throats. I want them to bang like an 18-year-old whose parents have gone to Dubai for their second honeymoon. I want them to yell and fight for hours and then make wild energy-sucking love afterwards. I want them to finish each other's thoughts. I want them to learn each other's wants and needs like a freaking manual on how to escape in a python. I want them to make love work, prove to me that love can work, show me that their love can make my hate simmer into churning butter. Make my heart break count. Make my heart not break in vain. I want their love to lead me in a daze, just like the first day I saw them.
Is that a personal experience here?
I get that reaction all the time.
You get that reaction all the time? But it's something you created?
Based on a friend's experience.
Based on a friend's experience?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure? Oh, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. So now the spotlight is on you, Crystal. You're also.
There she goes, there she goes, a girl with a broken heart. There she goes, there she goes, the girl that just could not smile. Those who suck the breasts of Africa tell how flaccid she has become. By show of arms, they demonstrate their anger, their conscience schooled by poverty. Split heels, crack walls, vectors of the journey. Perfection we once sought in places of nonsensical patriarchy, of the fanatic and deafening charismatic, of the superficial and lavish. Puzzling ideologies consumed us, giving us center stage in this circus. Perfection we once sought, finding peace in the art of war. Our lack of spirituality consoled by materialism. Damned imperfect tactics targeting monstrous terrors. Demons inspired by our lack of truth. There she goes, there she goes, the girl with a broken heart. There she goes, there she goes, the girl that just could not smile. I see beyond the pattern of perforated walls. I see beyond the years of stunted progress and stolen peace to the generosity of the heart of Africa, to the heart of women. SKD complex littered with participants from afar, shaded by bamboo and palm from Ellen's Liberia. Drums and vociferous voices remind me of the struggle to bring Zion to Africa, where we once sought.
Oh man! Oh man! So folks, by the way, that is the spoken word. And this was not, really beautiful. And I cannot tell the difference, Wow, because I used to do poetry, and my poetry was, you want to hear one I did? I did it, not too long ago, a poem called Rice, And it said, I like eating rice, but I fear the price. Whenever you mention it twice, I'd rather eat ice, No, that's just good. But this is fantastic. This is deep. And what you said that struck me, that you said the spoken word has a conscious aspect of it. I see. So quickly, because we have run out of time, who inspires you?
Real life situations, and then I look at especially the African situation. So much work to be done. We can't all be ministers or pilots or whatever else God has given others. My calling is the arts. So how I can change my environment is this platform.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And Asantewaa?
Just like she said, real life situations, personal experiences, day in and day out, what we see, what we engage with. So this is just an avenue to express and educate and
Everything and nothing inspires me. The nothingness at all, like it just inspires me. Sometimes I can just be there doing nothing, and I'd like to write about being idle and not knowing what to do. So everything inspires me. Yeah.
So is there one particular spoken word that once, what do you call it, spoken wordist?
A spoken word artist.
A spoken word artist, okay. Is there one that inspires you?
Every now and then we look at there's a program in the US that Russell Simmons started called Def Jam Poetry. So every now and then we watch that, but not necessarily to take from it, but just to inspire each other to know that there are other poets like us.
Do you have a particular one?
In our own environments, based here, there are some few spoken word artists who have taken the lead and who are already in the game. And the few people are like DK, Mutumbo, Sir Black, and they're all inspiration to us all. Yes.
And finally,
the same people here actually, Mutumbo, Kweku Sonny, Ramsoni, but outside Ghana, I'd say just my moms.
Fantastic. Well, thanks a lot one more time. Thank you for joining us and giving us a spoken word today. And keep it up, man. Keep it up. Thanks a lot one more time, man. And stick around. There's more to come. We'll be right back.